Hello and welcome, everyone. We have a special update in terms of the major workforce updates that are essentially coming out of the federal government as we speak. There is a lot still unknown, but I'm going to talk about some of the areas of concern that we've been getting from some of our clients, as well as folks that we help. So let's first kind of begin with quick introduction. My name's Neil Kane. I am a certified financial planner here at Capital Financial Planners, and we work really closely with federal employees. And the first thing that has kind of been brought up to our attention is, should I be taking the deferred resignation program offer, right? Which is essentially allows you to voluntarily resign now, effective September 30th, but essentially put in your resignation so that you still receive full pay and benefits up until that date. This is obviously a strategy to reduce the federal workforce. It has not been very well thought through. And at this point, right, when we've talked to several clients that have reached out to employment attorneys, and we've kind of scoured the information that we found on this program, it is still unsure whether this is legally sound, okay? And those folks that take this resignation program are putting themselves in potential jeopardy, right, by doing so without a little bit more color to this. So the additional component to this is that some folks are being offered the VERA program if they accept the deferred resignation program as a precursor to. Again, because of the unknowns, we're not recommending to sign up for this deferred resignation program quite yet. However, if you have the opportunity that your agency is offering VERA, right, without the deferred resignation program as a pre-requirement, this is where you could seriously entertain this, because this program has been around for years. Agencies often don't offer these, but we are hearing of many of them being offered at this juncture. So let's kind of get down to what is this, what are we looking at in terms of requirements and eligibility? So first of all, to be eligible for VERA, you've got at least 50 years old with at least 20 years of service of credible coverage, right? Or no age requirement there is if you have 25 years of credible coverage, okay? You've got to have an agency that's obviously offering VERA. You've had to serve in a federal position for at least 31 days before you request the VERA. And you must leave federal service voluntarily during that designated period of VERA. Additionally, there are some scenarios that you have to be aware of the impacts that VERA has and the benefits that it has. So again, to qualify in terms of the VERA, we already spoke about, right? So we already spoke about the eligibility. Now I can speak to the impacts and the benefits, right? So first, when you calculate your retirement pension, if you're going to take the VERA, it's still based on the high 3 average salary, which is the same as the standard retirement equation. There is no penalty for taking this early retirement, unlike retiring early from the federal government with what's called voluntary early out. Okay, this is different. Okay, FERS annuity supplement, there is some effects here. So if you're under the FERS system, which most federal employees are, retirees under the age of 62 who meet the minimum retirement age will receive the FERS supplement until they turn 62. Okay. However, if you're retiring under the minimum retirement age and accepting VERA, you will not receive that first supplement immediately. You would receive that first supplement when that would have been due to you. So, for instance, if your minimum retirement age was 57 and you would have had 30 years of service by that year and you retire at 55 on VERA, you're not going to get a supplement until 57. If, for example, your minimum retirement age is 57, but you only have 20 years of service, right? 20 years of service, then your supplement would kick in at 60. Why? Because 60 and 20 years of service is when you're eligible for the supplement. Okay. So in that case, the example I gave of someone accepting VERA at 55 with 20 years of service, supplement would kick in at 60 versus 57. Okay. Cost of living adjustments. Under the FER system, retirees under the age of 62, regardless if you take VERA or not, do not receive a cost of living adjustment to your pension during the time frame of retirement before 62. Okay? That is not a VERA thing. That is a cross-federal employee-wide scenario. Okay? So additionally, your health insurance, to keep your health insurance, you've got to at least have the FEHB insurance plan prior to retiring for at least 5 years. They have to be concurrent. They can't be, oh, I came back, worked 3 years, but I had 2 years of service prior. For FEGLI can continue coverage into retirement. However, you will likely choose one of the post-retirement elections to reduce that in retirement. Additionally, thrift savings plan. Let's take a close look at that. One big aspect of VERA is that it allows federal retirees to withdraw from their TSP early without penalties if they retire in the year that they turn 50. That's a big key there, because if you are retiring without VERA, the earliest that you could have withdrawn was 55. So that advances that withdrawal schedule up a bit. So lastly, we get questions about Social Security benefits. Social Security benefits are not impacted by the eligibility for VERA, okay? So these are some of the questions that we're getting from our clients. There's also the RIF program that we have not yet dissected. That will be on a future video that we'll be posting to our YouTube channel. Additionally, some other changes are shutdowns of all DEI programs, right? Federal agencies with DEI initiatives have been told to essentially shut these down, and they've eliminated this across the federal government. Additionally, OPM access restrictions have been in violation. Essentially, what we've seen is sensitive federal data that is HR records, employee benefits records. These have now been accessed by the aides of Elon Musk's team, unfortunately, and some of that data has been leaked to this Doge team. It's very much a situation that is ongoing, right? So we're getting more information, especially from our folks affected at USAID and some of these other agencies. But there is no clear understanding in the legality of the laws protecting that data just yet. Okay. So lastly, we were told this essentially the first day that the Trump administration took office. Trump signed this into law. There was a mandatory return to office for every federal employee agency-wide. This essentially waives that telework scenario that we've had since COVID and brings folks back in. Now, when that will actually be initiated at each agency, at each department, we're still unclear on that, but we know that this is a mandate that has been set into law at this point. So these are the things that we know as of now. For a lot of our clients and a lot of the folks that we cater to in the federal government, this has set up a wide range of panic. We are telling our clients to not panic, right? Don't let emotional decisions drive what you're going to do. Think very clearly about what you're going to do. Have a plan and don't panic on your investments, right? We're going to have another segment that talks about tariffs and the ongoing role that that could have on the economy. Right now, we are not seeing a reason to shift anything around just yet. We've got a big video that we're going to release on tariffs. We've done a lot of research on this, and stay tuned for that video coming next. So that should put some folks at ease on their investment portfolios and their TSPs. So stay the course right now. Don't do anything there, and take a pause before accepting that resignation letter that you guys have received. If it's just outright VERA and you're ready to go, you can take that. However, we would recommend doing a checkup first. If you're not a current client, you can scan our QR code or go to our website and sign up for a financial checkup. If you're a client, feel free to reach out to us. We can get you on the calendar as soon as possible, but just understand we are also going through a massive surge of requests, and we are booked out essentially for a month and a half. So that's something to also keep in mind as you're scheduling your appointments. So thank you so much for attending this. We will be releasing a video on tariffs and the economy and allocating your investments through the TSPs or outside of the TSPs in the days to come. Have a great weekend, everyone, and take care.